Hello, awesome people! I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the novel that was published by Edgar Allen Poe. It's its only novel. It's entitled The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket. It's the first novel and short story that begins this Antarktos cycle that I picked up a little bit about a couple weeks ago and so forth when I was doing some stuff during the Halloween month of October that I dedicate to the Cthulhu Mythos in this channel for folks. This is another collection in this thing, which I'll link to you in the comments below. Since this was published such a long time ago, I'm sure I'll probably be able to find it for you for free. So I'll also link you to that too in case you're just interested in finding a free copy. This is 140 pages long. I tried to read this once before, about 5 or 6 years ago. I got about 50 pages into it or so. I just didn't finish it. So now I've wanted to finish it for this channel proper for you folks. Again, it's 140 pages long, but this is an oversized collection, right? So it takes me a little bit longer. Plus, this is older too. So it took me about 3 minutes a page. So I knocked out about 30 minutes the first day, actually a little bit longer than that, about 33 pages and so forth, in about an hour and 45 minutes. And then I knocked out the next day, that was on a Saturday, heading into football, which I don't read on Sundays. And then on Monday, I was out sick, and so I wasn't really feeling like reading. The next day, Tuesday, this past Tuesday, I knocked out another 32 pages or so and finished. Then the next day on Wednesday, I knocked out another 32 pages or so, and I finished at page 100. And there's only 40 pages left, right? So last night, Friday night, I figured I'd go ahead and finish it in one night. So I finished, 30 pages, and then went and watched my news program. And then I did the last 10 pages last night before finishing it and so forth. So it was about 2 hours or so total yesterday, and then a little less than 2 hours each of the 3 days, and so forth. So I would say roughly this is about a 7.5 or 7 hour read for you folks. It's not too long for those folks that are interested in picking it up and knocking it out for the first time if you've never heard of it. Now, this is not a horror, which he was well known for. This is an adventure with some dark things that happen, but this is an adventure. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave it to it. This is very much like The Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne that comes out later. It's basically a sea adventure to Antarctica and to explore the South Pole. So that's what's happening. So there you are. That's basically the core concept of what's happening for you folks. So as a reminder, keep my reviews spoiler free. So for a larger novel like this that's 140 pages long, I would typically do just about the first couple of chapters. In the first couple of chapters, we have a pretty good view of what's happening. Our key character is planning to sneak aboard a ship and head out to the sea that's set for whaling in the southern continent. I'm sorry, southern hemisphere, rather, not a southern continent. And then after they're too far away from port, he'll come out from stowing away and reveal himself, and then become a member of the crew. And this is sort of this adventure and so forth. And that's what's happening. That's the first couple of 2 or 3 chapters. In the third chapter, they're attacked by somebody, and some bad stuff starts to happen. And that's when the bad stuff really begins to happen out at sea for you folks. So there you are. And then so the first couple of chapters, we learn what's happening, where it's going, that sort of thing. And then in the third chapter, the attack begins, and that's sort of when the key things happen. So there you are. That is the narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket. Now, as a reminder, this book is very influential on things that follow. This series that talks about the Cthulhu Mythos, the editor of this will regularly talk about 2 or 3 short stories or novels or something, in this case, that were very influential in the key work in question. In this case, the key work in question in the Antarktos Cycle is At the Mountains of Madness, which is also included in here, too. And it's also an Antarctic adventure to the South Pole, where the Mountains of Madness are located. They're giant peaks that tower over things. All right, folks. I also just finished previously and recorded the short story by Arthur C. Clarke called At the Mountains of Murkiness, which was a 9-page short story. It's also influenced by that and so forth. So that's where you will be going. This is basically inspired by, or things that inspired, At the Mountains of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read this novel by Edgar Allan Poe? If so, what did you think about it? Let's talk about the comments below. It's classic. I liked it. It was fast and fun, but it has probably too much conversations about like sea life and bird life and ships and so forth and their construction and stuff like that. There's a lot of that discourse, right? It could probably easily be 30 or 40 pages, and less and much more fun and plot heavy and so forth. Also, its ending is very controversial. It's very controversial for its time. It's very controversial today, so I won't spoil that, obviously. But that might make your mileage vary. Anyway, so I'm only giving this an 8 out of 10, even though it's a classic and, classic author and so forth, for those reasons. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit that subscribe button? There'll be a lot more of these to follow. As a reminder, the title of this channel is The Worst Thing About New Books, which is a quote by a French philosopher who said that the worst thing about new books was that they kept us from reading the old ones. And so an old novel like this wasn't even published in a century. It's a key classic work that a lot of people have read and talked about. Is definitely where the passion of my channel comes from, and it's titled too. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it in watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.